Hi, Virgos. This is Genevieve with Belladonna Moonbeams. How are y'all doing? I'm doing really well. Um, I this is for September 14th through September 20th, 2020. And I started out by pulling a oracle card from the Magic of You Oracle cards by Fiona Horn. I really like this deck, and no, I'm not making any money off of it. I wish. But no, I just ordered it off of Amazon. And no, Amazon isn't paying me either. The card you get is Ubuntu. Ubuntu? She's very pretty. But this card is about compassion for others. Sometimes it's really hard to have compassion. Sometimes we're not seeing things through their eyes. For example, when you see a person who has an addiction, which I have, I am addicted to chocolate. There are people that might say that that's my choice. And it kind of is, sort of. But when I'm in Whole Foods and they have samples, which they haven't in a while, thank goodness, then it's really easy to just go get a sample, Or I can't bring a candy bar home because I want to eat it all. I have no control. And that's what happens with people with other addictions. They have no control. You can have compassion for that. Or the person who's begging on the street. Now, I know it's really hard to have compassion for them sometimes because they don't smell too good and they don't look too good. And you feel like they made a choice because they're an addict or they're an alcoholic or they have mental illness, blah, blah, blah. It's easier to feel sorry for the mental illness people, right? But we don't know which ones those are. And, they're just kind of not us. But, they are creatures of the god and the goddess, just like we are. They have humanity in them, just like we do. I know that's kind of hard to see, though, sometimes. I remember when I was in New Orleans back in February, I saw some street kids, and because they're kids, and they had a dog, I could see the humanity in them. And I actually bought them something to eat and drink. Actually, probably the drink was the best. I got them a daiquiri, but that's what they wanted. And but the old drunks sleeping it off, not so much. But you know what? Those old drunks sleeping it off, once upon a time were those young kids with that dog. Yeah. And that could be us if we hadn't made better choices or if we hadn't had people that loved us. Or who knows? That could just be us. Maybe we could have been born with a mental illness that caused us not to be able to survive in the world. So, let's have some compassion this week. Moving right along, the next card we get, which is way perky, I pulled a card from the Oracle of the Unicorns. Honestly, I didn't start out to use those cards, but the last minute, Spirit spoke to me and to get the unicorns. So the card I got from y'all is Rebirth. It says to reinvent yourself, give life to your dreams, and create a new reality. So I have come to realize as I've been doing these readings today that this is a time for dreaming those dreams. So you have been holding a dream in your heart that you haven't trusted. You're like, I can't do that. Can't get there. But you can. Whatever that dream is, give it flight. Put wings on it and let it fly into the sky like a bird or a butterfly or a hummingbird or whatever it is that you think it needs to fly with. Be a raven. I could go on and on with the flight animals that I like, but we'll just skip that. So moving right along, the next card I get for y'all is the Star. It's reversed, so let's turn it upside down. And this card says there's favorable omens. So I believe that dream of yours has has a favorable omen, that you can have that dream if you'll trust it. But we also get the Two of Pentacles. So flip it over because it was reversed. The Two of Pentacles says you need to have that balance. So that tells me that you don't need to quit your day job. That even though that this is going to be successful, you're going to have to pay your dues and you're going to have that balance. And finally, we get the Eight of Swords. And this one, flip it over once again. This woman is sitting there blindfolded. She's got all these swords around her. And you could take those swords two ways. You can take them as keeping you from getting to what you want, or they could be there to protect you. But she is blindfolded because she feels that she's bound up and she has no control. It's obvious that you do have control, or else Spirit wouldn't have told you that it's time for rebirth and to live those dreams, and that there weren't favorable omens. But what it's saying is don't jump in feet first, have balance. That means you don't quit your day job while you're establishing your dream. That's all that means. But it doesn't mean to not live your dream. Okay, this is Genevieve with Belladonna Moonbeams. Send me a PM to Belladonna Moonbeams on Facebook, or send me a text 405-512-9400, or even pick up the phone and call me. And if not, I'll see you in a few days. Bye-bye.